Have you dreamed of being your own boss, maybe setting your own hours? Do you have something that you're very passionate about that you want to get out there in the world? Lucky for you, today we are talking about the gig economy. I'm Carmen Perez, and this is Getting Rich. While freelancers fall under the term gig economy, the term generally applies to a special skill set, such as graphic design, house repairs, or web development. The main feature of this type of work is that freelancers get to take on as much or as little work as they want, set their own pay, and can generally work across a variety of different industries. And while the gig economy and freelancing are great, there are some things that you should consider. First being, make sure you have a separate account for taxes. All and any money that you make, you're setting aside the correct amount of taxes for that. The next thing you want to consider is healthcare costs. Private insurance can get pretty expensive. And third thing to consider is there might be some low periods or slow periods that you hit while you're looking for work. There are so many things you need to know when you're a freelancer. Today, we're going to be speaking to an expert about the gig economy, freelancing, and how to get your side hustle on. Brittany, thank you so much for coming on the show today. How are you doing?
Great, Carmen. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a certified financial planner, founder and CEO of Financially Wise, Inc., which is a financial planning and education firm based here in Los Angeles.
So I want to assume that you work with a lot of people within the gig economy. What are some common misconceptions? And then what do you find from your clients that they struggle with the most?
I think the misconception, especially with a lot of self-employed gig people, are that, oh, I'm creative, I don't know how to do it. When in reality, creativity is so valuable with finances and wealth creation. If you just stop saying that and take the time to learn and get yourself empowered, you'll probably be really good at managing money.
So I guess off the heels of that, what are your top tips as far as being able to scale their business, the things that they should be mindful of, things that maybe they should avoid, pitfalls?
I would say number one, think of yourself like a business owner from day one. So what I mean by that is separate your business and personal checking accounts right away. Day one, have a business name, have a business entity. Then you have to learn things, right? Maybe you have to learn bookkeeping, maybe you have to learn health insurance or what benefits you need. It can be frustrating and challenging, but with those learning curves, you get empowered and then you keep going.
Now, I do have one last question for you, and this is more along the lines of the person who is self-employed, who feels like they're in a good spot with their record keeping, running their business as the CEO of Me Inc. What happens at that next step? How can people level up as a freelancer gig worker and really boost their income?
Investing in things that will grow your money faster than your savings or checking account is the name of the game. There's a lot of ways to invest money and a lot of ways to make money from those investments. And what I always remind people is start with one. So kind of figure out where your natural interest lies, focus on that investment category, and then commit to constantly learning, because once you kind of embrace it, it's like a relationship. You want to improve the relationship year after year. Sometimes the relationship pisses you off, makes you angry, but you got to get back in there and learn how do you make the relationship better and better.
Thank you so much for that, Brittany. And I greatly appreciate you being on the show and sharing your expertise. These have been fantastic tips. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on and speak with us.
Thanks, Carmen. I've had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
More ideas to keep the gigs coming. Supplemental income may be essential when you're starting off on your freelance journey, so here are some ideas. Emergency fund. It's vital to have this nest egg in place when you're a freelancer. Some months are lighter than others, and it's a relief to know your rent is paid even if you don't secure a gig. Keep your records in one place. Whether that be an old school composition book or a digital platform like QuickBooks, keeping track of all of your income and expenses is vital for tax day and overall organization. Don't be ashamed if you're starting off at square one. First, seek out information that you connect with. There are amazing resources out there that cover everything from investing to entrepreneurship to budgeting. An easy place to start is with a podcast. While I know money can seem like a daunting task, $1 at a time is all it takes to start making a financial impact in your life. You just got to be willing to take that first step.